it is really great, to see you because it's been a long, long time, that we have all been caught up, in our homes because of pandemic. So it's really great, to see you guys, virtually here. So are we ready to start off? Is everybody around here?
Yes, sir. As of now, 70 participants are there. 70
Okay,
participants are
great.
there. So,
So I believe, all of them would have, opened up their webcam so that, I can at least see them on the screen.
yes, sir.
So I request all of you to please, you can open up your webcams, and I'm sure, you would be able to see me as well. So first of all, let me introduce myself to you. I am Sunil Bartwal, and I am in Department of General Management. It's been some time, that I've been here at UPES, and I teach marketing management specialization courses to BBA and MBA students. So, and prior to joining UPS, I was in Middle East. So we started off with this club GEMS in 2011. It was a handful of BBA oil and gas students, who had come to me and they wanted to do something in marketing. And they said, that they would like to, have a club for marketing, and that's how we started off with GEMS. The name was altogether collectively decided by us because GEMS means that you are the gems of UPS, you are the gems of future, and that's how we decided the name GEMS. So, so what we decided to be doing in this marketing club, that was the next thing. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. I hope all of you are able to hear me pretty loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
So GEMS is actually a club, that is for student activity and development. That is the objective. That's the objective, that we have here. And so, you can come participate, organize events, practice, do public speaking, do webinars. Now, that we are on an online mode, virtual mode. So all of these things, is something, that GEMS gives a platform, to all the students. They can come here and try and practice and even make mistakes, develop your leadership skills. So before, I would, talk a little bit more on some of the activities, that GEMS has created and conducted in the past. There are a few things, that I would like to tell you regarding the membership. Now, all of you, first of all, are, a very warm welcome to all of you to GEMS, right? The fact, that you are part of GEMS means, that you have some aspirations, to work towards a club, and you're going to be definitely having some aspirations to win a lot of achievements your way, right? So one of the first things that I would tell you is that you have been, some of you are first year students. You have joined UPES to do your degree programs, right? Whatever it is, your BBA degree or MBA degree program. So I think, the first thing that I would tell you is that you should concentrate your full energies towards your MBA or BBA program, that you have enrolled yourself into, right? As part of our co-curricular and extracurricular activities, we are having all of these clubs which help you, aid you in your personality development. And so after, you get time, from your studies, because you're going to be getting a lot of projects and assignments, in your courses as part of your degree programs. The extra time, that you get, you are going to be definitely getting a lot of extra time. That extra time you need to be devoting into these club activities, right? So there are a lot of clubs, that you would have seen in UPES. I would say that you should be joining club activities overall, first of all, only after you get free time, and after, you are done with your studies. So the first priority that you should be giving to yourself is to your studies, right? Seriously do your program, for which you have enrolled yourself into. Now, after that, if you are looking at, the various clubs, there are going to be various clubs, that even SOB has, even outside SOB, if you're going to be looking at UPS, there are a lot of clubs, that College of Law, College of Engineering are also going to be having. So quite obviously, you're most welcome, to be joining all of those clubs. But again, see, that when you're joining these clubs, your interest is going to be one of the guiding factors for you to be joining. This is a marketing club, so a lot of the activities we are going to be doing here in GEMS marketing club are going to be related to marketing. We had advertising contest, in the past, selfie contest in the past. We had a lot of very interesting organized events, that we had organized in the university cultural events. So you have a lot of marketing related events, that happen, in GEMS club. But you have Sanskriti, you have Manthan, that's another marketing club, that you can possibly think of joining. So a lot of these clubs are there. But one thing that you should be careful about is, as I say, is try to focus on your studies first. Next is your clubs. And if you want to join clubs, prioritize, join one or two clubs, right? And see, that you can balance your work and your club activities all together, right? So I'm going to be also letting the core committee of GEMS, Bhanu, Shiva, Krishna, and Chirag and Clarita, to talk to you as to what they have plans for the future. We are going to be meeting, once in the beginning of the semester, possibly, one towards the one meeting we are going to be having towards the end of the semester. So every semester, at least one meeting, we are going to be having with the entire club members, and whereby all the committee members, core committee members, are also going to be telling you as to what they have planned. So GEMS presidents and vice presidents are going to be telling you about the activities and events which are going to be planned. But one more thing, that before I would let them speak and talk more on that, I would like to tell you that there are a lot of platforms that you're going to be communicating, because we are on the digital and virtual media. A lot of things that you are going to be communicating onto Facebook and Twitters and Instagram, etc. I would want you to be a little cautious when you're communicating with each other, because you are communicating under UPES banner. That's an important thing. GEMS is an official UPES club, like all the other clubs that you would have joined. So if you are communicating, my request to all the members who have joined here, first of all, is that when you are communicating, you must be very, very respectful, towards every member, each other, and all the clubs, right?
Yes,
Remember,
sir.
we as faculty mentors are here to mentor you. And so whatever, club you're going to be, first of all, we are going to be mentoring you across. It's not, that there's going to be, a competition within. Rather, I would say that your benchmark, to compete with you would be, to make the name of the UPES highlight in the national and international events. So that's something, that I would, also refer to Bhanu, and I would be discussing with him that there should be a list of events, that be made, regarding business proposal competitions, or marketing events. Bhanu, you can make a note of that.
Yes,
So,
sir.
nationally, these kind of events happening in popular institutes like IITA and IIMs, these kind of events should be targeted by the talented members of GEMS, and you should take up a faculty mentor, right? Whosoever faculty mentor you think is going to be appropriate. So you take a faculty mentor and you go ahead and participate in these events. So your competition should be outside UPS. Your competition should be nationally and internationally. That is what you ought to be looking at. So achieve. So those are the external events that you should be participating on: case study presentations, business proposal presentations. Win those certificates. So try to build your portfolio, which is also going to be very, very important. So think about it, where I'm actually coming from. Along with your BBA, once you're going to be done with your graduation, your BBA and MBA, you are again going to be moving on to the next ladder of, and moving on to the next step, which is going to be either your placement, or you're going to be, going in for your MBA, right? So at that particular point, you will again be interviewed, and you're going to be questioned and asked, as to what all your achievements are, what are your interests are. And at that time, your certificates, your projects are going to be coming in very, very handy. If you're going to be having national, international level projects and certificates, under your belt, that's definitely going to be making your portfolio a very, very strong portfolio. That is what you should be actually hinting at, and making your CV strong. So if your CV is strong, it's going to be definitely making your entire holistic life objective much more greener, much more brighter. That is what you ought to be looking at. And as I said, there are a whole lot of skills you are actually going to be getting an opportunity to learn here. One of them being a teamwork as a skill. So you are going to be learning to work in a team. You have your seniors with you. I must say, one of the talented bunch of seniors in Bhanu, Chirag, and Pravita. So these guys are going to be, they are natural leaders. They have done fantastic events here in the past. And I'm sure, they're going to be really guiding you, helping you, hold handing you, to achieve and, move on further.
Yes, sir.
Also, let me tell you, like this is the beginning of the forum and the first meeting that we have. People would be having multiple talents and backgrounds. Somebody would be great in creative writing, somebody would be great in video editing, etc. Even if you are not, let's say if you think that maybe you're not that great, please do not hesitate to come and increase your level of understanding with whatever skill and talent that you have. Do not have any kind of hesitation. This is a platform where we are learning together. Even I'm learning from with you guys. Okay, so there are a lot of things that we also keep on learning. So do not hesitate, come here. This is a platform to make mistakes. If you think that you are not that great in public speaking, well, take up the anchor job. Say that you want to do an anchoring for a particular webinar or an event. If you think that you would like to be a digital marketing expert but have not really been doing so far, so come up and take that particular thing. So lot of some of you maybe I have taken your interview as part of GDPI, and you said that you have got this particular skill, and you these are the kind of extracurricular activities that you've been performing. Add on to those things. Even if you think that you are not that great, do not hesitate to come up and participate here, right? So right now we have a core committee membership of 3 members only. We have Bhanu, Chirag, and Bhavita, and so we are going to be increasing that and extending that core committee, to 5. I would want to include some MBA students to be included in that committee initially. So I would want two more MBA students from here, and right after we are done with couple of events, maybe end of the semester or beginning of the next semester, we might extend that core committee member. So normally I would be wanting a Banu, you can again take a note of that,
Yes, sir.
a core committee of around 8 to 10 people. Sometimes we have continue to be in a particular club. Feel free if you think, and you always I'm always open to communication with you. If there's something that you have to come and discuss and talk to me about, you are most welcome to come and do so, right? So if you think that it's too much, and if it's getting too heady, your studies are taking a toll on you, because, and I'm saying that because we also get a some sort of a record with regard to the supplementary. So how many people actually have to give a supplementary exam, that sort of a record we get to know. So I don't really want to have a situation where anybody is landing up in that situation, guys. That is the reason why I'm telling you that again and again. So if you think that one particular case, so maybe you want to drop out from one membership and move on to the other, please go ahead and do so without any hard feelings. But please do inform, right? That's one. Second, if you are a member, you need to contribute, at least contribute in terms of participation. There's going to be a database that I've asked Bhanu to be maintaining. A database is going to be there. It's not going to be that you. So please do not expect certificates. Frankly speaking, if there is no contribution, if there is no achievement, or if you're not working towards, just simply giving your name in the registration is not really going to be making you a member of the club, unless and until you're going to be contributing in some form, some way, and that has to be having some sort of an evidence. So you must be having an evidence in some form how you're going to be contributing to the club, right? And that, through the entire core committee, we are going to be observing and maintaining a database of, right? So these are some of the very broad things, that I thought of communicating to you, at the very first meeting. I just also wanted to face, of course, it's much more enriching and much more satisfying to talk to you. I would have, also taken a, introduction of each one of yours, but we have around 71 people here. Taking an introduction of each and every is definitely going to be a time consuming activity. I would have definitely loved to take an introduction and talk to you as to what you're good at. Maybe if I have time, I'm going to be telling the core committee members to schedule some meeting or somewhere some people who are going to be who would have finally been formally absorbed as part of GEMS membership. At least those people I would like to talk and get to know about as to what they're good at, right? So that's that. From my side, I would want a few things. That the president, the vice presidents of GEMS, also communicate to you, and some of the ideas and visions, they would also be having and be putting across. So I would want Bhanu. I would want first of all Pravita. Pravita, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights.
Please go on, Pravita. Yeah, over to you.
Yes, sir. So, good evening, everyone. I, Prarita Agrawal, Vice President of GEMS, welcome you all to this prestigious marketing club of UPES. So, currently, I am in fifth semester of my BBA Aviation Operations course. I joined GEMS the last year, and it really feels great to be a part of this team and having you all on board. I'm really very happy to see so much enthusiasm in our team members. I feel really very fortunate to have such a lovely team by my side, supporting us in every way. Now, I would like to add on. I believe we all must focus on our club's motive. That is being that is feeling of pride and mutual loyalty between ourselves and winning and achieving constantly. I hope we work together like this and put this forum onto new heights without hampering our studies. I'm sure that you all would make us proud and carry forward the legacy. Not taking much of your time, I would like to conclude by saying talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. Wishing you all a very good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pravita. That was really nice. Chirag, can we have you now, please?
Good evening, sir. A
Hi,
person with
good evening.
experience, a person you can depend on, a person that will voice the concerns of and research represent each and every one of you, a person that will put in 110% in the type of a person you need in serving as your vice president of the marketing club. My name is Chirag Agarwal, and I believe that I am that type of person, and I'm ready to step into that position to serve you as your vice president for the club. I've also been a member of several clubs since my freshman year here at UPS, and I also have been serving as a representative of the class of 2018-2021 batch of BBA Foreign Trade. Each year, I have learned more about the commitment level it takes to get the concerns and issues of the student body of UPES heard and presented to the proper administration and staff in order to them resolved. I'm not going to go into the stating empty promises, but rather I believe in working hard and making this club to reach a new milestone. I strongly believe that we are making headway in making this club better and better, and there is always a room for improvement. That is why one of my goals is to continue to increase the involvement of the students with the marketing club. I feel that each of the other members, along with myself, believes that we have the desire, motivation, and right to serve the best of the management club. We are willing to put on all the in the position and each task that is put in front of us. Thank you for supporting me and making reach to this position. It would have been possible without your support and help. And I promise that I will give every beyond my capabilities to make this the best club of UPS. Thank you.
Yes, Bhanu, over to you. And can we please have Chirag and Pravita on, can we please have your cams open as well?
Sir, actually, I'm in the car, so my net is not working properly.
Okay, not a problem. Bhanu, over to you.
Can everyone hear me? Am I audible? Just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Commendable. Hello everyone. I am Banu Sivakrishna from BBA Digital Marketing, and I'm from Hyderabad, and I've done my primary in London and my high school in Bangalore. and now at Dehradun. So what I actually love and love experiencing is multicultural and multi-minded and holistic and strategic approach to everything we do. Holistic, I would say, if we have a team, it should have everyone from different places, different ages, and also different experiences. That's why we believed in hiring you all, because we find you all pretty holistic and have something to give, and we believe everyone is special in their own way. And coming to me about my perspective on how GEMS should develop and is through integration. Like till the last year, GEMS has been a club which comes up with events or contests and comes up with something like a think tank, and they do case study presentations, intern of the year, industrial visit, bric-a-brac, and they have been great events where we have to be proud of. And this year, where I would say this is going to be a sort of a vertical integration where we are not just going to come up with events where we're going to strategically move to be a marketing and strategy club, where we're not just marketing, but we're also going to strategic marketing, because everyone has the dream to be like, get the highest placement, be the best in the world, to become CEOs. So the technical aspect of marketing along with the strategic aspect, where we deal with Michael Porter and Igor Anshoff and Philip Kotler, our fathers of marketing and strategy, has kept up many great things for us to learn. So I will be sharing one case study for every 1 week, and everybody would be reading it and would be learning from it. And we're going to have some great events. And my personal background is simply one line. I'm currently an intern at Microsoft, and I have done my internship at Reliance. And now I'm the president of Just Marketing Club, one within you all and one for you all for the club. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, Bhanu. Well, one thing, I must say that hearing achievements of Bhanu scares me, because he really talks so technical and he talks such big things that I also feel, that there's a lot, that I need to learn. Frankly telling you, I am, a student of marketing, and, trying to learn some of the things, that Bhanu has also just said just now. So any of you guys, marketing is something, it's an interesting subject, but don't get too overawed by the very big name, very big terms and jargons here. At a very simple, आपको हिंदी में भी हम समझाएंगे, किसी को कोई दिक्कत, आप डरिए मत बड़े बड़े वर्ड सुन के या jargon सुन करके, बहुत simple level से we are going to be starting off anything.
Yes.
And so do not get over. Bhanu scares me at times as well, so just be relaxed, because when I look at his CV, it really is mind boggling, the kind of courses, that he's done, the kind of achievements, that he has. And possibly that's something, that goes to his plus point, that he is also, done so much, and definitely going to be motivating you all guys as well. So one thing, just I would also like to add, Bhanu, we can, after that open up, everybody's mic. If anybody has any question regarding that,
Everyone, open up your mic. After 3 months, I'll be helping you with
if
making
there are
your
any
resume
questions,
also. I will
one
be
by
helping
one,
you all.
raise your hand, and then you can, otherwise we are going to be having multiple people, speaking at one point. So you can raise your hand and you can open up your mic.
I'm going to be helping you all with your resume and CV also whenever you need. Also, do some courses on Coursera. Participate on international events. You all will do great. Learn from the basics. Go to the advanced. If there are 3 years to do, don't get worried. 3 साल है आपका पास. You all will learn. 3 साल है आपका पास. Don't get worried.
Any questions?
Yes.
Come on, guys, ask questions. That's very important. You should be asking questions. Any doubt, anything, feel free to ask questions. Don't be apprehensive. Don't hesitate. Don't think. कभी कभी जो बहुत ही आपको लगता है कि मेरा क्वेश्चन जो है बहुत खराब क्वेश्चन है, बहुत स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन है, कभी कभी बड़े अच्छे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो. लेट मी टेल यू दैट. सो देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन. दैट इज व्हाट आई फील.
Hello, good evening, sir. Archit here from MBA Logistics and Supply Chain Management, sir.
Hi, Archit.
Hi, sir. So actually, I just wanted to ask, like, what are the scopes of sponsorship marketing over, like, in this club, sir?
See, we have actually had a long, discussions on to that. We've got great sponsors, for some of the events, that we have conducted, on campus. But when you're talking about sponsorships, what used to happen is, on an on-site event, generally the company, puts up their banner, they puts up their standees, they puts up, or maybe if it's a restaurant or if it's, they generally would like to showcase their brand, through these standees and banners. That is how we used to be functioning so far, till last semester before the pandemic. So we have got some fantastic sponsorships, from real estate industry, from electronic companies, auto companies, Mitsubishis and Hondas of the world. We've been getting those sponsors, and ideally, they would like, their brand presence, and that is how they sponsor. Sometimes, they have also been sponsoring, some kind of not necessarily a cash, but even, gifts or accessories. But that is something, that we take it case to case and event to event. So and again, because we are going to be having two joint university events, cultural events in Urja and Ignite, and there are going to be separate sponsorships team, which are going to be formed there. So unless we are going to be doing a standalone event, under the banner of the club, and we decide that we need a sponsor, we need to be deciding the nitty gritties of how we can give value to the sponsor on an online mode, or in a virtual mode, because there is really no such campus, and there is no such place that we can actually showcase. And but a lot of it can actually be done on a digital platform, I'm sure. But we are going to be on a learning curve, with regard to sponsorship on a virtual mode. Archit, I hope I have answered your question.
Uh, yes, like if we can bring a sponsor with LED screens and everything without no touching, with regard to the COVID-19 pandemic. So there are many sponsors which are having such a theory, like they would just install the screens over there, and they will be sponsoring the events and their products within the campus.
Yes, why
So
not? I mean, possibilities for that can be looked at, but that is going to be with respect to any particular event that would have planned. So the moment we decide and think about an event, the core committee is going to be definitely communicating about that. The moment an event gets decided, and then we are going to be having the lot of committees. Bhanu would have already communicated to you. So there's a
Yes, sir.
content writer and event management and PR. So under that, we might have an event management, and under that sponsorship would also be part of.
Even if the people who are not part of event management, if they think they can actually contribute being a sponsorship agent, they can feel free to communicate us to the vice presidents, and they will be encouraged. If you, that is called as leadership. If you have something, a good initiative, we encourage it, we appreciate it.
Any other question anybody has, please? I would love a lot of questions, lot of doubts. What do you think about it? What do you want to do, not want to do? Any new ideas? Any ideas for the events? What should be, what kind of events we should be doing? You should be budding and mushrooming with a lot of ideas.
Hello.
Yes, you can
Hello.
share any expectations from the club.
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
yes, Divya.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening, Divya.
Sir, my question is that there's some kind of what is the difference between these two clubs, Jams and Mandhan? I've found some kind of sir has posted, Bhanu sir has posted like we don't have to be offensive and we have to post on Insta. Like, what exactly the difference between these two clubs,
Okay, I'll tell
Jams
you the
and Mandhan?
I'll tell you the difference. GEMS was actually a undergrad club. Basically, it was the students of BBA. Oh, I'll tell you the story. Since you have asked me, I'll tell you the story. It was 2011. That was when the club was established. So there was these BBA oil and gas students. They were very excited. They said, "Sir, कुछ करना चाहिए. Marketing में कुछ होना चाहिए हमारे UPS में." So it was not me who thought of GEMS. It was students, who thought of GEMS. That's very, very important thing, that I would put across. So they came to me and said, "Sir, कुछ club होना चाहिए marketing का, और हम undergraduates ही इसको run करेंगे. We will run the club. It is going to be purely for BBA." Right? So when 2011, they start, so I said, okay, fair enough, float it. I just kept guiding them, from point to point, and we had various faculty members during the course of our journey, from 2011 to 19 and 2020. So they started off, and the entire club largely was run by BBA students, right? So and then we thought of, because GEMS was doing so well, we the university thought that they, so MBA students said that BBA students are having a club, why not we have a club for even MBA, because MBA students want, so MBA students also wanted to join the BBA club, okay, the GEMS club. Now teamwork is easier said than done. It's easy to say that one should coordinate, and teamwork should be there. So MBAs were also allowed in the GEMS club. And then I had one very peculiar issue, and I hope you're going to take it in a lighter way, that BBA students said, sir MBA वाले आ रहे हैं, उनके पास तो इतना सारा एक्सपीरियंस है, और वो मतलब इतने सीनियर हैं, और हमारी तो बात ही मतलब नहीं कोई सुन रहा है, और कैसे कैसे करेंगे. So we thought of having an exclusive club, and we thought of having a Manthan as well. So I was a part of Manthan as well, and people who are in Manthan were in GEMS as well. So it's actually no difference if you would ask me. It's essentially both the clubs are marketing clubs. The only thing is that we thought of having two marketing clubs because of enthusiasm and zeal of students who wanted to do so much in the field of marketing. So that was a story. I entirely share it with you, Divya, as it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, any other question anybody has, please go ahead.
I want to answer by in a line for that question. It is just the difference between RCB and CSK. Both of them are equal. Just the team makes it best. The better the players, the better the captains, the better the match, the better the situation. Things are going to happen in their own way.
Yeah, and I must add on to the question posted by Divya, that so therefore there is no competition, for God's sake. There is no competition with any club internally, right? All the clubs are absolutely within the UPS. I would like you to compete outside. As I said, I'm looking forward to the great news that you won a business competition at IIM and IIT, you even abroad, with some foreign university. That is what your benchmark should be. And of course the core committee is something that is going to be helping you and organizing events. Also, do not be in two core committees. That is something that I started off with, because your studies are going to be primarily very, very crucial and important. So do not have two do not be in two clubs where you're core member in one club and the other as well. You can be a volunteer, because as a volunteer you're not going to be having too much of compulsions and responsibilities, but as a core committee you would be expected to be devoting more time. So try not to overlap and be a core committee member in more than one club. That is what my recommendation is. That is what I have told the core committee here at GEMS also, to be advising everybody likewise, right? I do not know what other clubs are going to be having, but I am really, really concerned. I would not. So first of all, if I am telling you that you are GEMS, अब जेम्स जो है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि जेम्स में तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं लेकिन उनकी बाहर जो है सप्लीमेंट्री आ रही है. ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? वो जेम्स कैसे हो गए फिर, आप ये बताओ मेरे को. नहीं हो सकता ना. सो आपको पहले यू हैव टू लुक इनटू योर स्टडीज, तभी आप जेम्स होगे. जेम्स आप तब होगे जब आप पहले अपना काम कर लोगे, उसके बाद आपके पास जब टाइम मिलेगा तब आप क्लब एक्टिविटीज में जाओगे. इसलिए आपको मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि you have to decide very, very carefully about your club activities. These are your co-curricular activities, right? So UPS encourages co-curricular activities, but you should be having your priorities set very, very clearly in your mind as to what you should be doing and what you should not be. Any other question, please go ahead and ask. I would have loved to see face to face. I am very, very hopeful and optimistic that we are going to be meeting on a face to face in a campus. But still, if there are any questions right now, please go ahead and ask.
Guys, GEMS is like a cherry on the top of a cake. For the cake should be great academics and character personality. Just put a cherry, which is GEMS and other achievements. You all are going to win at Harvard also. Just start learning. Like Sir said, IIM, ISB, Harvard, IITs. They all are meant for us to go and win. So,
Tuhina has a question. Yes, Tuhina.
Tuhina, yes.
First of all, good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
So I wanted to know that all the president and vice president seats are reserved for BBA student. So why so?
No, frankly speaking, there's nothing like that. But why you see the presidents and vice presidents is because whatever they have done in the past. So they are already the members for some time, and because they've been organizing and managing the events, they have devoted 2 years, more than 2 years. So their achievements for the club is actually their credentials of being given the post of president and vice president. There is nothing like that only BBA students are going to be given this post.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
So like it's very literally nice to see like the BBA members are leading this club, because like me as a MBA intake person, it's like whatever I've learned from my juniors as well, because apart from their opinion, it is not likely I can run a company in the long run. So because their approach is something out of the box and everything else, so I literally think like those guys should be the like president and everything, and we can learn from them, because
Absolutely.
age doesn't matter, or
Age
like
doesn't
degree
matter.
doesn't matter in this point of view.
Absolutely. So that's I'm so glad, Archit, to hear your views, because I also take myself at times as a member of GEMS, and if you would see, like right now I'm communicating with you, I'm communicating about my views on the credit of my views. Maybe some BBA guy has got better views than me, and I might say, oh, that's a great idea. It has happened many times that some BBA guy says, sir, why don't we do this event and why don't we do it in that manner? And maybe I have changed my mind, and why not? So really, the age actually, Archit, you are so damn right that in today's time, neither age, no qualification really matters. Though one thing I must definitely say that when it comes to age, we should definitely consider in terms of respect. I respect my elders, we respect our parents, we always respect our teachers, and thereby, I would tell all my BBA teammates here that if there are MBA also, try to learn to work with them as a team and always respect them. Always keep the values are going to be very, very important for you. Nothing is going to be as important as values, so you must keep those values, and always try to in your team, in future corporate jobs that you're going to be taking up, you might be having juniors, you might be having seniors, and you would all have to work as a team. So really, age and senior and junior does not really matter. All what is mattering is the fun, enthusiasm, and the joy of working together. That's it. That's what I'm looking at. So I work with BBAs, I work with MBAs, and I really enjoy, working for a particular achievement, for a particular assignment. There's going to be some contest and an event, and a group comes, sir, ये event होने जा रहा है, ये business proposal होने जा रहा है, इस पे कुछ बना करके भेजते हैं. And I'm like a candidate, I'm like a participant, because many times I am also thinking like a candidate and as a participant to participate and win. So at a given point, how hard I'm working, how hard my counterparts and my teams are going to be working. It's all in between that, and the process of it is something that we should enjoy. Even we might not win in the end, but we should enjoy the process of doing so. So great to hear that, Archit. Any other questions, any other statements, anything anybody would like to say? Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, Divya.
Yes, sir. Sir, I also completely agree with Archit that he said that there's no age of learning. We can learn from anyone. As Bhanu sir has said that BBA students are feeling if we involve MBA students, they are more experienced and all kind of things. So I just want to say one thing, that we all are here to learn. Whether we learn from our juniors, whether we learn from our professors, the main aim is to learn and enjoy in the end. We all learn
Absolutely.
from each other. We have to try to keep our best. We have to think that what we are going, whether we are going to win or not. But yes, we should learn and we should learn together. That's the main part. As in the pre-semester also, in the pre-semester learning, what our experts have told, and like what you told in the marketing class, that teamwork is important. Individually we can win also, but yes, if we are working in team, it can be more fun, more learning, and more able to know about the viewpoints of others. So thank you so much.
Sir,
Thank you, Bhanu
Prapti
sir.
wants to have a question. Prapti wants to ask a question.
100% agree with you, Divya. Thank you. Yes.
Prapti wants to ask a question.
Yes, Prapti.
Uh, Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, sir. Actually, this is Prapti Pandey. I just have a doubt that I'm very happy to be a part of this club. But right after 3 years from now, I'll be sitting in a room, and if they're gonna ask me what are your co-curricular activities, I'm gonna tell that I was a member of GEMS Club. How will it gonna affect my profile? This is just what I wanna ask.
Absolutely. So that's going to be depending upon, say, Prapti. So let's say, for example, I'm just saying it hypothetically. Let's say we organize a debate competition as a first event, in GEMS, right? And we because we are virtual, we might possibly position it, to possibly all the big university everywhere. In fact, nationally, right? Anybody comes, we have a theme, right? And we have a debate competition and you participate in that debate. Obviously it's going to be whenever we launch an event, it's going to be going through a process. So there's going to be a budget for that university is going to be approving. And obviously you're going to be having the teams, like somebody was talking about sponsorship. Then we are going to be having PR, we are going to be having logistics, etc., etc. There's not going to be much of logistics happening here. I mean, on a face to face in a physical event, there are a lot of other things to be managed because it's a physical event. But here in an online event, it would just basically your IT, which needs to be managed, your anchoring that needs to be managed. So we could, let's say, be doing it here, on Zoom, right? You win a debate competition, so many participants, and organized by GEMS. That's A. You earn a certificate, you can put it up on your CV, and you can put it up as an achievement. B, as a GEMS, you decide to participate on any external event. We nurture you, mentor you, your seniors mentor you, nurture you, and you go win outside, you win again an event, and that again you can add it up, onto your CV. So these things are going to be added, and you're going to be getting a certificate for an event that you have achieved and or won. Even the core committee members, they get an certificate for managing the event. So there are a lot of the event management companies who are coming sometimes, and they would be wanting event managers, right? You would have heard of that as well as one of the job profiles. So you having organized an event, is also going to be adding on to your CV. So multiple ways, Prapti, you could actually be saying that you have contributed. And overall, all of these kind of things is going to be adding on to your learning. Let's say if even the debate competition that I was talking about, hypothetically, you could be an anchor there, or you could be a participant, right? Even in both ways, you stand to gain, right? Either you win, or if you are an anchor, you are a part of the organizing team, and you're going to be getting a certificate for that. If you are a participant, you could possibly win a prize, or even you could just win a certificate for participating, right? So multiple ways that you can stand to gain.
Sir, there is a question. Like we are going to stop the session at 6:30 because many others have many other priorities. Like let us respect everyone as they together. So
Yeah,
last
go
30
ahead,
minutes,
please.
30
Yeah.
minutes. Nutan Bishnoy and Kritika Tiwari will be asking the next questions. Let us start with Nutan Bishnoy.
Please excuse me, guys. So I'm having a evening cup of tea. Yeah, I'm sipping that. I think you can also sip your tea or juice. Whatever you would like to have. Yeah. Are we having another question?
Kritika Tiwari. Kritika Tiwari have raised her hand.
Good evening, everyone. So actually, I wanted to ask something like, if I'm part of GEMS, like of the event management team. So how is it event management at GEMS different to, like, if obviously there are cultural clubs in UPS and many more clubs. So how is the event management team different in GEMS with respect to theirs? Like, is there some difference, or like what? I just want to know about that.
Kritika, frankly, there is no difference as such, in the philosophy of the event management, because whether you are managing a cultural event or whether you are organizing a marketing event, by and large, the ingredients of management are going to be virtually same. The components are going to be pretty much similar, right? Yes, what is going to be different is the nature of event, that you're going to be organizing here. It's going to be more, business oriented, more market oriented. Whereas, if you're talking about Sanskriti, let's say, for example, so that by and large, you would be having dancing competitions and singing competitions and instrument competitions. So the nature of event is going to be different. The tenets and philosophies of event management are going to be same.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Marmik want to ask. Marmik Patel. Marmik,
Hello,
you want to
sir.
ask a question? Marmik, proceed.
Yes, sir. Sir, I actually want to ask that most of the public is around 17 to 18 years. So, and also it is, sir, a first time for people to work together as a team, because in school we don't do that. And sir, many times there will be an difference of opinion,
Yes.
and sir, people would be offended, or they would become sad or something like that. They would become angry. So, sir, I just want to ask that how will our core committee, or how will you, sir, keep them together?
See, Marmik, I would say that there are two or three answers, that I would like to give, to that. One is, I would initially not like to do anything. I would like to, let you float and, flow, with the tide and keep learning yourself. Because what's going to happen? Because now you're in a higher education, right? You're in a college, and what happens is that, in a school, you are, I think you would be knowing that teachers and parents, are quite concerned, and they are having a lot of observation over you. In college, that sort of a freedom has to be taken and given to you. That is, in the sense, because you need to be a little matured one day, right? You have to manage your own life. If I mean, in college, you are living in a hostel. I mean, if you right now you are at home, but you need to be managing a lot of your things by yourself. So these kind of things, emotional things, yes, you are very right. There are a lot of times, these emotional stresses and conflicts also at times they come. I do not really would like to interfere too much into that, frankly. But it's not, that I would not interfere entirely. I like to be very, very close to everybody, right? Everybody means everybody, every single member who is here. I try to be close and get to know as to how they are feeling, or if there's any issue. But though that's a little challenging for me at times, because this is something, which is as part of the extra activity. So we have got our own batches, that we are doing serious work with. We have all courses, that we are conducting in BB and MBA. So there's a limitation of time here. But I would say that this is some sort of a nurturing, that if you're talking about the core members, your seniors, in Bhanu and Chirag and Pradita, they are going to be helping you out more, because you are going to be more in touch with each other than you are going to be, with your faculty members. You will be having more time, amongst yourselves, informal time, chats. You're going to be having much more freer. You are going to be, in talking to each other. But unless, things go beyond a point, if somebody really has, and this I say, even to the courses, where I'm teaching marketing, if there is something, which is really seriously wrong, if somebody is going through a problematic time at home in family, trust me, I mean, this is a very, very very special relationship, I would say, a relationship between a student and a faculty. You can count on me. You can always share with me your problems. You can always come and talk to me openly, without any kind of a hesitation. So in those kind of distress, I am going to be always available to you.
Sir, Ayushi
Uh,
wants to ask a question. Ayushi Verma wants to ask a question.
Yes, Ayushi.
Sir, at the end of 3 years, how many certificates we can actually attain maximum?
Your wish,
uh,
up to your
I,
efforts.
See,
That's okay.
that is something, which is a subjective. That's a subjective question, I would say. Depends upon the number of events we are going to be organizing. A. B, it depends also. So number of event does not really mean that everybody is going to be getting a certificate, right? That's what I said. So you really need to be contributing. So you need to be contributing and having an evidence of contributing, towards the club, right? With your presence, first of all, right? As a volunteer, you need to be present in all the events, which are being organized. Secondly, any duty or responsibility that has been given to you by the core members, right? Third, you could be a participant and win certificate, right? So even as a GEMS member, it is not that you cannot participate in other club activities, right? So it's quite a subjective thing about the number of certificate. But as I say, this is not a race to try to achieve a balance, right? Try to achieve a balance. Don't I mean, see how first of all you are managing your courses, and then calibrate based upon your performance in those courses. If you think that you have got a lot of time, you can increase the level here. So there's going to be some sort of a calibration that required. If you're doing great in your courses, you're scoring A's and outstanding in all your courses. That's not so easy for at least me, I can tell you. I mean, Tuhina is there and Devya is there, and they are doing it. So message, it's not going to be so easy. Life, I make life hell for my student when it comes to assignment. It's not easy. It's in fact
You
the
have
best,
taught
that you
me.
see.
You have taught me. I remember.
As much, that I'm laughing here, and so much fun, I'm not that great a fun as a faculty, frankly, I'm telling you. So it's
But
not
you are the
really
best
that
teacher,
easy.
sir. But you are the best teacher. Honestly, I'm saying.
Let,
Honestly,
let,
I'm
let,
saying. You're one of the finest
let,
teachers, I would say.
let the people decide that, because they have had a horror, they can have a horrible time with me, because I torture with lot of work. So so let them take a call and decide onto that. But
Class
anyway, the
highest
point,
was 74 in advertising. That was a different thing. Class highest was 74 in advertising.
and still I'm saying that you are really great, Manu. I mean, so therefore that's entirely a different benchmarking,
I cried after seeing those marks. I cried seeing those marks like 74. I thought like, and you were saying, okay, it's fine, you're a great teacher, but evaluation was like fantastic, sir.
All right, Eddie. So I think Ayushi, yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So it's really great. Let me tell you, I'm feeling very happy to see you guys, because I'm really missing the kind of energy, that I mean, when I see 70, 80, 90 people in a class sitting, and when I address students, I'm so much missing that, frankly. And, I'm getting some of that pleasure, to see you guys here on the cam, you asking questions, and you looking at, trying to understand what we are trying to do here. It's really a fantastic experience. So if you have any more questions, if any more statements, anything anybody would like to ask, please go ahead. Don't hesitate. And
I
I'm
think
already,
Kushi is raising
yeah.
hand, sir. Kushi, you want to say something? Kushi Gupta.
Kushi,
Good
Chena
evening, sir.
Barora. Kushi and Chena Barora.
So we have
Am
couple
I
of minutes.
audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. This is Khushi Gupta from BB Aviation third year. So, sir,
Hi,
my
Kushi.
question is, sir, what are the qualities we should have to be the part of the core member?
One, as a volunteer, your contribution towards the events. So as a volunteer, how have you been contributing? Whether your presence has actually been there or not, right? So that's one, and it should, be there, in with some sort of an evidence. All right. So that's a B, whether you are able to sustain. So I'm going to be taking from time to time, another meeting, maybe I ask, and the first question I might ask you, so how are your courses doing? Is everything okay? Are you doing your assignments well? Any problems in the projects? So if everybody is doing fine in their courses, you are able to perform well in the in everything what's going on, then maybe you continue. So to be a core member, it's not going to be an overnight change. As I said, that initially, immediately, I'm going to be wanting two members, two MBAs. Immediately, I'm going to be including in the core membership, because right now I just have three senior most BBA members here in the core committee. I would just want two more people there, and both of them I would want MBAs. So all the MBAs who are here, need to you can mail it to the core members, as well as you can you need to be putting me in the copy, explaining, right, just a short paragraph as to why you think or why would you like to join GEMS, and what are the innovative ideas that you can think of for marketing, what innovative ideas, in sense, even the kind of innovative events that you can, or in events that you can manage and organize. A short paragraph, you can mail it to me. This is just for the MBA students. And right after we organize the first event, maybe the down the semester, I am going to be expanding the core committee, and we are going to be having, because see, what's going to happen is that all your 3 BBA core committee members are in semester 5, and the way like we have it in UPS, by the time Jan is going to come, January, February, even BBAs, if they are looking for jobs, or if they're wanting to go, for further education, to any other university, they are generally finalized it by January, February, somewhere around that time. So they are going to be virtually in an exit mode, in the next semester. Are you getting what I'm trying to say here?
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes.
while they're going to be in an exit mode, we would be wanting, people from second year, and then we would be wanting people. You are now in first semester. You're going to be in second semester next semester. So we are going to be gradually absorbing 2 to 1 members, 3 members, and based upon the feedback that I'm going to be getting from all 3 existing core committee members, I'm going to be getting the feedback, and we are going to be slowly and gradually increasing that. As I said, we would want around 10 or 12 maximum core members. So right now, there's good 7 to 8 people, who are going to be included, but that's going to take time. That's not going to happen immediately. It's going to be taking at least a semester before we fill all the seats. Any other
Okay.
questions? Thank you. Any other question? If not, then we may close the session, Bhanu.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Any quick questions? Anybody?
Archit,
Chinab Arora.
Archit and
Yes,
Shanab.
sir. I have a question.
Yeah,
Archit
Chinab.
again. Okay, Shanab.
Good evening, sir. I'm Chana Baroda from BBA Aviation first year. And I want to ask that I'm selected in GEMS for anchoring, and the much I know myself that I'm very self-confident person. So will it anchoring will help me in interviews or public speaking? Like many hesitate in public speaking and in interviews.
Definitely, it's definitely going to be helping you. So as I said, we could be having a webinar, and you could be an anchor, for that webinar. Bhanu, I think there's some webinar, which is being scheduled, right?
Yes, sir. This coming
Yeah.
Saturday,
So please,
आने वाला
so
Saturday
maybe,
with the Deloitte manager.
yeah. So there's going to be a webinar, and Chenab could probably be, one of the moderator. I mean, that's something that we will be deciding. If the core committee brings the proposal to me, and I say go ahead, and then they go ahead with it, right?
There are
So
total 10 anchors. So even
we
if we
decide.
have even if we have 5 events now, we'll have everybody will get 2 opportunities. Like we'll have 4 moderators for every event. So we'll get 2 or 1 opportunity, and other opportunities in a live event when the college reopens. You'll be in here for 3 years, all the first years. So you all are gonna have a great time. You all will get opportunities and responsibilities.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I might, again, before I sign off, I might not be coming too frequently and talking to you, right? But I am there. I'm definitely there in touch. I'm more very frequently. I'm talking to the core members. I'm going to be almost, I mean, we've been even having chats, if Chirag and Praritha are here, and Banu, 10:30, 11:30 in the night, we've been, discussing and planning about something. So with core members, definitely I'm very regularly in touch. So I might not be even there in an event, or I might not be there, meeting you quite frequently, but I'm definitely there thinking about you, discussing about GEMS. So I would, if there are no more questions, I would wish you all the best, everybody. I'm very happy to see all of you guys. A lot of enthusiasm I see here, and I'm very confident, that you're all going to be making GEMS a grand success in the coming years.
Last and
Thank
final
you
question.
so much,
Only
sir.
Yamini. Sir, it is done. Only Yamini is saying she wants to really ask a question. Last question is
Yeah, go
Yamini,
ahead.
no one else.
Let's have the last question. Yes, Yamini.
Good evening, sir. This is Yamini, and I've been selected as one of the content writers.
Okay.
And I'm from BA Economics. So my question is, for the like when it comes to the anchors, so is it the role of content writers to set, like the master of ceremony and the MC? Like, will that be prepared by the content writers, or the content writer's role is just, with the social media and making captions? I would like to know
Actually,
more about the role of content writers.
yeah. So it's actually quite a versatile role. So when we are talking about content writing, it could be a content writing for a social media post. It could be for a blog. It could be a speech that you would have to do. A lot of sometimes when we are doing a event or a big event, we send even the press report to newspapers. Who writes an article for that? So content writing even means that, right? So content writing is a
Yes.
versatile job where you would be asked wherever, whatever you could even be doing a content writing to describe an event, when we are posting, making a poster. So there are going to be a lot of
Yes,
designers
sir.
here who are going to be doing the designing for the posters. So you could be a content writer, even for those posters. So it's a very versatile job, that you would be expected to be doing as part of content writer.
Okay.
And you
Okay,
also
sir.
get to write the content like the way I have written your content to join Gems Marketing Club. This is what we're going to have. That is content writing. Like I have been joined in Gems Marketing Club 2 years back as an anchor and content writer. Exactly that's what you do. So you're going to write for everything we are going to do. You, Yamini, Purva, and many others. I have been hired. All the 6 content writers we have, Ritu Rawat, many people.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Yamini.
So that's done. Let's call it a day, sir.
Shall we call an end to the meeting? So great, guys. Had a wonderful time chatting with you. Fantastic questions. All the very best. I look forward to be in touch with you, and I look forward to some fantastic work. I'm waiting for a lot of laurels to be won by the GEMS team across inside as well as outside participation, right? So I hope you'll be able to do that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
If you're
sir.
sitting at home,
Yes,
you can
sir.
show your thumbs up and you can say that you're
Sure, sir.
definitely you're going to be doing that. Yeah, great,
Yeah, someone take
fantastic,
a screenshot, guys. Someone take a screenshot with thumbs up. Yeah, we're promoting it.
wonderful, wonderful, great. All the very best, guys. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Here we end our session with you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you and bye bye. All the best. See you guys.
See you
We'll be
all.
around.
Have a great
Bye,
day.
sir. See you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. सब बढ़िया था ना?
हाँ सर बढ़िया.
Everyone, please feel comfortable with me. Like, yeah, no need to worry that we are serious. एक मिनट में खत्म करूंगा. 1 मिनट में ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं खाऊंगा. 1 मिनट में खत्म कर दूंगा. यहाँ जब मैं आया था ना, यहाँ फर्स्ट ईयर में कुछ ज्यादा सीनियरिटी का हर कॉलेज में होगा. Some seniors will be bad, some seniors will be good, some professors will be good, some professors may not teach well. Don't worry, textbook से, कोर्स से, यूट्यूब पे सब सही पढ़ेगा. कुछ दिक्कत मत लो. और मुझे हिंदी तो नहीं आता था, अभी मैं सीख लिया. For everyone who actually has a doubt that will they be content writers, will they be anchors, you can learn. 3 साल में मैंने अभी पढ़ लिया था हिंदी. I can speak Hindi, right? Some decent way. So everybody will learn anchoring, content writing, event management because we're paying fees to learn. We are paying fees to learn to college, some good amount of money. So they owe us back to teachers. So we're gonna learn. So calling it a day, guys. Bye, everyone. Bye.
My senior.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Shana. Bye, everyone. Bye, Ayush.
Yesterday you said something else. Now Bye, BSK. Manu.
What did I say yesterday? Who's speaking? Albert.
Yesterday you said something else. Now you are saying something else.
What did I say yesterday? About what thing? किस बात को बारे में?
तुमने बोला था कि you don't feel shy and scared of me, but yesterday you said something else. I'm a really busy guy, and I have some, I receive so many calls and all that stuff. I'm really busy. I don't pick up calls and all that. I don't reply in that
अरे
time.
भाई 70 लोगों को एक ही बार मैसेज कर रहे हैं, मैं किसको कॉल कर रिप्लाई करूं? कॉन्फ्रेंस का थोड़ी ना होगा, मैं तो बच्चा हूं, 19 ईयर्स है मेरा, फर्स्ट ईयर लोगों का एज है मेरा, मैं किसका कॉल लिफ्ट करूं? इसलिए ऐसे कॉल मी BSK, not because I want to be so freedom, it is just that I'm from 2001, कौन सा ऐसे रूम कॉल मी BSK, ऐसे है, मैं इतना प्रोफेसर नहीं हूं 70 लोगों का कॉल एक ही बार लिफ्ट करूंगा। तो ठीक है गाइस, हैव अ ग्रेट डे, वॉच सम गुड मूवीज, जेम्स के बारे में दिमाग ज्यादा स्पॉइल मत करो, ज्यादा सोचो मत, सबको सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा, सबको एप्रिसिएशन मिलेगा, मूवीज देखो, सीरीज देखो, फ्रेंड्स बनाओ, प्रमोशंस भी ले फ्रेंडशिप में, मतलब यू नो प्रमोशंस राइट इन फ्रेंडशिप्स, या गोइंग दिस स्टेप, यू कैन डू ऑल सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग्स, हैव ग्रेट फन, बाय। ज्यादा बात करेंगे तो अल्बर्ट तो मेरे इज्जत निकाल जाएगा। बाय अल्बर्ट।
बाय बाय।
सर वैसे आपकी फेवरेट वेब सीरीज कौन सी है?
सूट्स एंड हाउस ऑफ कार्ड्स, दोनों ही देखा मैंने, तीनों कभी नहीं देखा है, वॉच लॉट ऑफ मूवीज नॉट वेब सीरीज।
लूसीफर नहीं देखी?
लूसीफर टॉम एलिस वाला नहीं देखा मेरे पास, सूट्स और हाउस ऑफ कार्ड्स।
अच्छा, मनी हाइस्ट भी नहीं देखा? सर मनी हाइस्ट देखना, मजा आएगा,
देखूंगा
सर बहुत अच्छी है।
अभी तो कोर्सेरा इसमें नेटफ्लिक्स, अभी तो कोर्सेरा एंड एडेक्सर में नेटफ्लिक्स, लर्निंग जस्ट यू कैन सी माय लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल, हर हफ्ते एक तो पोस्ट करूंगा कोर्स का, हार्वर्ड का, स्टैनफोर्ड का वगैरह वगैरह कुछ भी। अभी इसके बाद तो नेटफ्लिक्स देखूंगा बहुत। What is your favorite series?
Okay, sir.
What is your favorite series?
Sir, Money Heist. Money Heist.
Oh man, that's great. I should watch it.
Yeah.
Ayushi is putting some great emoji expressions.
No.
Good evening, sir. That's a really good session. I'm so sorry I have to leave right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, everyone leave. Everyone leave.
You want us to go? You're telling us to go. You don't want to talk to us. You're telling us to go. You watch Stranger Things.
I only do strange things. I don't watch Stranger Things.
Nice one.
You should watch it. It's a nice series.
Yeah, Apurva has a great background in her behind, all dark, and Ayushi has a colorful background. People give great backgrounds, yeah.
Oh, that's my mom's room.
Oh, I thought it is graphics, like the way you put. Okay, no talking to girls here. बहुत लोग बहुत स्प्रेड कर जाएगा, अभी मैं बस लड़कों से बात करूंगा, लड़कियों से नहीं। Bye.
That's rude though.
हाँ।
Okay, I'm muting myself.
I'm disconnecting myself. Executed. Aladdin signing off.
Manu, you carry on. I'm leaving. You carry on. No problem.
Okay. Only the chosen people of mine can select. They know themselves whom they are. Others can leave. I guess. If anyone wants to talk to among you guys, you can talk. I'm just leaving.